Trying again. Again. No. All right, I'm live. It says I'm live. I am alive. It's good to be alive. I am alive, and I'm live. Tommy, can you hear me? I'm gonna start singing. Claudia's so busy, she doesn't even think it's funny.
I'll be right there. I'm looking. It's not loading for me yet. Hold on.
I'm here.
It's not loading for me yet. Okay, here we go. I think we're good.
And there's sound.
We're on.
I heard my own voice in your iPad. Okay, we are here. It has taken forever. We're going to bring a special guest on in a minute. But,
okay.
Wow, that is perseverance.
Okay, here we go. I think we're good. And there's sound.
Okay.
There is sound, and Leslie Williams says hi.
Hi.
I heard my own iPad. Okay, we are here.
Okay, so I'm going to keep going, and we're going to hang on as long as we can. I'm going to bring on a guest in a moment. Claudia is not here physically, so on top of my own inability to be very technical, we had the prayers of Kim Nishida, which is everything in the world. That's all you need is Kim backing you. But also, we had Claudia here on the iPad, and we're about to bring on Jill. Jill is even less technical than me, so God help us all, okay? Anyway, if you're new to me, my name is Joan Ranquet. I'm an animal communicator, author, TEDx speaker, and founder of Communication with All Life University. We have a program for people to become animal communicators, energy healing, and we've got... anyway, we've got a lot of different, we've got everything from little classes to a big 18-month program. And I know that a lot of you in here really want to learn animal communication, whether it's for yourself or to do it for a living or to be able to help in shelters, things like that. So I always like to connect up with my mission or your mission. Connecting up with our mission is really what can drive. It makes this work bigger and better. Then it's not about us. We're just in service. And so I always say my mission is to empower others to deeply connect with all life, so that together we give voice to those who can't speak for themselves, and for those that have, sorry, I've got a text right now. Claudia, Carolyn says she doesn't have the teaching stuff for the 11 a.m. class. Anyway, I am here to empower others to deeply connect with all life, so that together we give voice to those who can't speak for themselves, and ultimately we are we're raising the frequency of the planet, we're helping others, and we can't help but to heal the planet. And so when we're all connected with each other's mission, and I'm about to bring someone on I'm definitely connected with her mission and she's connected with mine, we can do more. And that's why I love this group, because when we stay in mission, we are absolutely, like I said, it's bigger than us, and we get out of the way, and more magic, more possibility happens. So let's see. And Claudia, do you have anything to say? Is anyone here? I saw some things go by, but I can't see.
Leslie Williams says hi. Michelle Schumann says, there you are. Hi, Joan. Kim Nishida says, yay, good to see and hear you.
Thank
Props
you.
to you, Claudia. That was just Facebook.
That was Facebook craziness.
Glitch. I'm helping Jill get on, so I'm going to mute myself.
Okay, and then will you text Carolyn?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Kim Nishida says, I'm totally on board with your mission, Joan. Thank you for doing this work, life-changing. Cindy Gans Turner says, hello, all. Julie Jacobs says, hello. Hi, all.
I know, Kim, you are definitely on in the big mission. I love that. And I hope I'm part of yours. Okay, so we're gonna wait a minute for Claudia to get Jill on. So I met Jill. I've had Jill on before, but Dr. Jill Todd is a holistic veterinarian outside of Seattle. And when I was living in Seattle, I kind of stalked her because I'd had, in Florida and Denver, I'd had a little bit of a healing center, and I always had a vet involved. And when I moved to Seattle, my first book came out, was getting divorced, my father was dying. It was a lot. And I moved onto a farm. And so I only had a couple of animals coming through, and I did have a vet that I kind of worked with, but I was always stalking Jill. And in the meantime, she was stalking me because she'd heard about this animal communicator. And eventually we met, and she she came to a few of the classes. She worked on all my animals. She kept between acupuncture, cold laser, and the VOM chiropractic, which is veterinary orthopedic manipulation, I think. Anyway, between all of that, she kept my older dog going. She kept my other medium to older dog with a really rare condition. She kept her going. She kept my older horses going, and a cat with cystitis. We nipped that in the bud with all of her work. And so together, we worked together with some dogs at different shelters, like that were on the non-adoption list because of challenges, and between animal communication and EFT and her magic, we did a lot together. So about 2 years ago, we formed an LLC called Jill and Joan Healing, and we have hemp extract. We can't say CBD anymore. Hemp extract, dog chews, horse pellets. We're going to bring some oils on eventually. We had some going, and we found a better source, and then we started doing. We'd always planned to teach together. She was going to come down and teach here in person acupressure. My students in the big program have to have electives, and I like electives to be a body work or an energy healing. And we've done a lot. Once the pandemic hit and people couldn't get to the classes that they thought they were going to take elsewhere, we put together an acupressure class on Zoom, which has been so much fun. We've got a whole series. She's an amazing teacher and a lot of fun, and there may be cussing involved. Claudia, how are we to...
Okay.
There she is.
Yeah, so can you add her? Is it allowing you to add her?
How do I add her?
So at the bottom of your screen, there should be like a little icon that allows you to invite her on. Anything?
It won't let me add her, of all things. She's the only one I can't add.
Exactly. So then this is going to be on her end, but she can't seem to find it's the same issue we had with Allison. I don't understand what is going on with that. Let me see. You will notification.
Would it be at the bottom?
Okay. Yeah, it's at the bottom, but it's not showing up for her either. Okay, so hold on. Okay. Joan, while I get help, Jill, will you, you know what's coming? What's starting today?
What's starting today? Thank you. Oh my God, now we're all sideways. We're all wonky.
Okay, I'm going to myself. Yeah. So today something is starting. We're back.
We're back to
something,
school.
and then in
We've
October-
got today the advanced students are back to school. They're doing medical intuition, and they're working. We've got a lot of a whole month of medical intuition planned, which is really vital for animal communication. Even energy healing. I don't know how people do energy healing without medical intuition. So anyway, that's today. October 2nd through the 10th is the intensive, and that's 3 days of animal communication, animals in transition, death, dying, and beyond, and then energy healing for animals. And you can do any of it and all of it on Zoom. I'm determining tomorrow with my teachers whether we're going to do any of it live or not. We've got that, and then October 21st starts the animal communication level 1, and November 12th is the energy healing for animals. And Jill just wrote something. Jill, you
She
don't.
says that she can figure out how to be invited.
What's that? I can't invite
She can't
you.
figure out how to. I'm working on it. Okay, so what again with the intensive, and then there's something else coming up with Jill.
Yeah, the acupressure class on the 17th. We have the Dr. Jill Todd's acupressure and meridian touch healing. And many people that are on here did the class, and it was very, very fun. And for me, I know that when I first got started as an animal communicator, at the time I took a whole bunch of certification courses, including acupressure, and Jill's style of teaching is so much easier. I don't know how I passed all of the stuff, because the way that I learned it was very complicated, and it really, really is. I wouldn't say it's simple, but it's not as complicated as the way that I learned it. And I feel like, when we start to put our hands on animals, we really can get into such a magical place. And like I said, there's a series of courses coming up, and Claudia, I'm just thinking, on your screen, what do you see in order to come on? Can you give her a screenshot?
So what's going on is, I think I figured it out, is that in Jill's Facebook settings, she has it where she cannot be invited to a live, because you could do that. So it might be the default setting. So I'm working on her trying to figure that out. But here is my thought. Because of all the technical issues, and we started late, because of the Facebook, she says, I'm here, I'm looking, hold on one second. Because of the technical issues, something is going on Facebook end, where I'm seeing a bunch of crazy stuff on my screen. I'm just choosing to ignore it, because it's not us, it's Facebook. Your live just disappeared on my end. I'm sure you're still on, though.
I'm still on. Michelle Schumann said, does Joan have to be a host to be able to do this? No, see, anybody can. Actually, Michelle, you can't, but there's only a few viewers here.
Okay, I know that we are pressed for time.
What time is it?
It's 10:39.
All right, well, we're going to have another, we'll have Jill on another time. I'll have to look at the schedule and see. This is
I think
bummer.
The best thing is going to be, it's a bummer.
But we have anyway, I'll talk about the acupressure class, because we were going to talk about it. The one thing I will say is that it's a very fun class, because you get to know the points on yourself, and you get to know the points on the animal. You understand a little bit about the meridians. You understand a lot about the way energy flows. You understand specific points, that one is almost like an aspirin point. One is, anyway, there's probably 10 points we really work on, including the ting points or jing points. And you really are able to watch. There's a couple of special moves that Dr. Jill has, and you're able to really watch it, watch your animal move differently before your very eyes. I had been down at a sanctuary after halfway through the class. I'd been down in a sanctuary in San Diego, and there was a duck with a broken wing. And the duck was very loving and to the people. And so I tried 2 of the meridian touch techniques, and the duck got it. She didn't get snappy at me, but it was a reminder of like, hey, that's my delicate spot. And then she just went into a zone, and the next thing you know, afterwards, she stretched out her wings in a way that the head of the sanctuary had never seen before. So I've seen it even work on a duck, which I love and I think is pretty cool. And so we'll have Jill back on. I'm really sorry. Facebook has had, I mean, this is crazy. This is not a Joan glitch, which usually it can be. God knows. But this is not. For once, it's Facebook. Hooray. It what?
It is definitely a Facebook glitch. I'm looking right now, and it's an absolute Facebook glitch.
Is this acupressure class the same as the last one Jill did? Yes, so it's open to the public, Bernadette. And then for the people in the big program like you, we've got the 5-element class, and that's going to be really fun. And then eventually that'll be open. And then Debbie says Facebook does this a lot. Yeah, I usually have Claudia here, so I don't know all this drama. I'm usually just blah, blah, blah. And
yeah, but it is how many times to get the Facebook started with sound, even though we were using the mic and everything was working. It was like 5 tries, I think.
It was 5 or 6 tries.
This is insane. Yeah. I do have a question for you, Joan, and I'm bringing it the October intensive.
Mm-hmm.
I had another question actually sent via email. They were asking about whether the live in person, the virtual, we're going to have the option for both, correct?
I think we're going to have the option for both. What I know for sure is we have a virtual thing. Tomorrow I'm going to talk to my teachers, and we're going to determine. It could be that I'm going to let 10 people here. I'm going to see. And one of those would be a teacher whose initials are Claudia. So we'll have to see. I know that Lena's bought a flight. I mean, several people have flights, so.
Yeah, exactly. And I just would like to bring up that we had to fly by the seat of our pants for the spring intensive.
Okay, Chris has booked a room. What's that?
Yeah. I was going to say that we had to fly by the seat of our pants with the spring intensive, and you put together a virtual intensive in a matter of days. I still can't believe you did that. I mean, I was home not knowing what the heck was going to happen.
Yeah.
And it was extremely successful, and it was amazing to be a part of. It was, yeah.
I would agree. Perfect. It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing the way that the spring intensive came together. And I can do it. I mean, you know what? When I started the school, I had just moved from Florida. And Shannon Myers, who just finally, I've begged for 11 years to become a teacher, just joined teacher training. I had, and Chris, I'm going to try and make it that there's a few people here. And I guess it's going to be up to your comfort level. So that I'll say that. So I had, when I first started the school, I had lived in Florida and hadn't been in Seattle that long. So I did a lot back then on Skype. So some of the people would Skype in and some of the people would be live. And so I've always done it this way. I've always done both. And in my mind, I have a mastermind of how I could, like a giant version of this. I've got ideas that if people aren't flying, that could go on, and I've always got ideas. That is one thing. My brain is like a little Pez machine, just popping out ideas. So I've got some ideas of how we could do this another, even another way, with time zones and things like that. So we're gonna do it. We'll figure it out. And so if you want to be part of even just the animal communication, or if you just want a virtual retreat of just animal communication, join us. What are you doing on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th? We're here. Anyway, who just wrote? Okay, Bernadette. Okay, so it's the same times that it would be if you were here in person, Bernadette. It's from 10 to 4 Pacific. So you can still work in the morning Anyway. All right. Are there any other questions?
No, I just wanted to let Bernadette know that I will make sure she gets the schedule also for
the schedule will be coming out. The schedule will be coming out. It'll be coming out.
Yeah, and then Debbie Hull says Facebook does this a lot. It does. Chris Hopeton says that she's looking forward to either virtual or in person. And I'm just making sure I went through all the comments. Yeah. So we will come back.
Okay.
Next week.
Yeah, we'll come back next week, and I'm going to send I'm tired of this. I'm going to send Facebook a message about what's going on with the lives, because it keeps glitching, to see what they recommend. So hopefully they will have that taken care of. Okay. All right.
All right, everybody.
Okay, thank you, everybody. Bye.